A World Tour cycling team has many components, having to move en masse around the world. Coordinating this travelling circus can be a logistical nightmare, but Lotto Soudal's Adam Hansen has the perfect solution.
I went to an academic school in Cairns that focused more on academic than sports, and I was focusing in programming. So I learnt programming at school, and at the age of 17 I was a programmer, and I went from, it was actually just like being a cyclist back then. You get contracts, jobs, and you go from contract to contract. Lotto Soudal is a software application, web application that I made for Lotto Soudal. It's a central base with all the information of the logistics of the team. So you have all the riders on the team, all the staff actually, riders, mechanics, soigneurs, management, administration staff, everyone. It has all their details also online, and then it has all the race program, and that also includes training programs, press things, everything. And the administrator creates the program and then adds the members to the events, so the riders to the race, soigneurs to a race, and things like this. And then they also create the transportation there, so you add flights to an event and then you assign the riders to the flights for that race. So when the rider logs on, he sees the full program, he sees the races he's in, he sees the flights to his race, also the hotel's uploaded there. And yeah, it's just a database of all the information for logistics of the cycling team.
Logistics manager Valerie Daza has welcomed the changes in technology to help her position.
We were still in time with everybody has an email, in fact, but there was one rider who still used the fax. So 10 years ago, he didn't want to change into the internet section, and yeah, he said, "Yeah, can you send me a fax?" So I always had to wait until I had everything of information and send him a fax before he had to go to a race. But nowadays we can use the system, and every time I have new information, I put it on the system, and then it's more easier. I don't have to wait until I have everything.
So when they come in, it's a full calendar and all the races going on. So there's a training camp, Tour de France, Tour of Wallonie also in the month of July. And they have in the events section, they have all the events of the month. And you see the Tour de France. So you can add, that's where you add events, and an event can be a race, training camp, team presentations, for anything. And if I go to my races, I have the Tour de France. My next race is the London Classic in the Vuelta a España, and then it shows information also of what the administrator put in, who's going, all the staff members, my flights. For the riders, it has everything like their bank details, the passport numbers, the driving license details and that, so it's easy for visa applications and things like this. But it's also really good because I can go back 3 years ago and I can see how I felt in like the Tour Down Under, for example, and I can also compare it to the other years. And in that sense, to see the history of everything, I can see all my races, the flights I took before. Sometimes when you stay at the airport, you stay at really bad hotels, and you can say, oh, last year I stayed at a really nice one, so we'll make sure the year after we use the same hotel. So that's also recorded there. With all the hotels for your whereabouts, it's all there. That's where all the riders take information for the whereabouts from. And it's just, yeah, all in one place.